Hello and welcome back. I know it's been a while, guys. A little reminder, I'm your host Tim, and this is a special presentation of my Untitled Picks Series. UFC has been on hiatus dating back to March 14th. That was the UFC Brasilia card. However, the drought has finally ended, and after a bit of a main event mix-up, we are gearing up for UFC 249, taking place May 9th down in Jacksonville, Florida. The card features 2 title fights, and is a pretty stacked card top to bottom. Because I have a little more time than usual, I'm going to be putting out some full fight breakdowns leading up to the event. I'll be starting with Vicente the Silent Assassin Luque versus Niko the Hybrid Price. Both of these guys are extremely exciting, and we get an interesting clash of styles here. Price is an absolute wild man. You never know when, where, or how he's going to pull out a finish. While Luque is very calm, very methodical, likes to take his time and pick his shots. This will be the second time that these guys meet, as they first fought back in 2017. Vicente Luque secured the victory after locking in a Darce choke in round number 2. It's worth noting that Vicente took the fight on only 11 days' notice. The majority of the fight was controlled by Luque, who looked to be the faster man. He consistently pressured Price into the cage and was able to cut off the octagon effectively, forcing him to fight off his back foot. Price ate way too many leg kicks and was clearly compromised by the second round. Niko was coming off a win versus James Vick. He upkicked Vick's head into outer space and may have potentially ended his career. Price has alternated wins and losses dating back to his 2018 win over Randy Brown, and has never gone to a decision in his tenure in the UFC. Luque is coming off his first loss since 2017 against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, a fight where he took a lot of damage. It was only his 4th time going to decision, and he's lost 3 out of the 4. Both guys look to be fairly equal in strength and are about the same size, and they will both have about the same reach as well. Both guys have knockout power. In their first fight, Luque seemed to have the speed advantage, and I think that he will continue to have that advantage in the rematch. What he lacks in speed, Price makes up for with good timing and accuracy in his shots. His jab in round 1 of their first meeting didn't look very fast or snappy, but it was very accurate. Luque showed great counterpunching, and Price became hesitant to attack and began to throw single shots as Luque began to get his timing down. Luque would wait for Niko to throw a single shot or end a combination, and would then find the counter almost every single time. Both guys are very durable. Luque did take a lot of damage in that Wonderboy fight, but that was 6 months ago. I would generally side with Luque here, but because of the damage he took, I'm going to say they are probably about equal. Both guys are hittable, but Luque definitely has the advantage defensively, and is the much more intelligent fighter overall. Luque stays extremely calm and cool under pressure. Even when on the defensive, he's able to give off the illusion of controlling the action. Price has shown very poor fight IQ at times, such as staying inside against the faster and just as powerful guys like Jeff Neal or Al Hassan, planting his feet and fighting with his back foot to the cage, pulling guillotine when he had Jeff Neal hurt, letting Vick fall on top of him while going for the takedown against the cage. The list goes on. Although Price has shown the ability to make these poor situations work in his favor, such as the knockout from bottom against Randy Brown. Luque is extremely patient and clinical with his shots, and he really controls the pace of the fight. That leads me into cardio. I think Luque has a definite advantage here. It's rare that you see him tired, and part of that is his great ability to control the pace. Price may have cardio issues. It's hard to tell with none of his fights going past the second round, but he does seem to slow down in round number 2. Price has shown the tendency to mix in takedowns from time to time, but Luque has good balance in takedown defense against the cage. I don't expect to see a ton of grappling here, but I would give Luque the slight edge. Price doesn't have a very clear path to victory, but as previously mentioned, he has a tendency to pull off these flukish wins. In order to win, he's going to have to utilize a game plan more similar to the fight he had against James Vick. I know Price was getting countered in the first fight, and that probably contributed to him throwing single strikes, but Price can't let that deter him here. He has to pressure, he has to throw first, and in combination, and he absolutely has to check leg kicks early and often. Luque has a great arsenal of attacks with both legs, and he ate Price up in that fight, which really contributed to the finish in my opinion. If he can do that and his cardio holds up, I think that Niko has a real shot here, but I don't necessarily expect that scenario to play out. Price hasn't shown the necessary adjustments for me to back him here, and if we're going by his alternating win and loss record, then he's on track for a loss here. I think if he comes out with normal hair, then his chances actually go down. If he has his little man bun thing going on, then I think his chances go up slightly. In a potential fight of the night, and what I expect to be an absolute barn burner, I'm looking for Luque to win by a split decision. While I'm fairly confident that Luque should get the victory, there's always an air of uncertainty around Niko Price fights, and he has a tendency to overachieve. I'm going to say 60% Luque, 40% for Price. Thank you so much for watching the video. Check back for more full fight breakdowns, as well as my UFC 249 full picks video. Let me know down below which fights you want a full breakdown of. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.